Hey, hi, hello, everybody. It's Carrie Anthony, and it's Wednesday, which means it's time for Boob Tube, but it's not Boob Tube unless I have my gorgeous co-host with me, Casey Carter and Desiree Desirable Bottom. I do have a little confession. I was trying to hurry up and take a selfie while the intro was rolling so I could post it, and I wasn't fast enough. So, Jason, welcome back. Always has to be the first to comment. If we just ever come up with an award for that, you win.
Oh,
But you got to be here
will
every
it?
week.
Without a doubt. Jason showed up for my show before this, so I love it when Jason shows up for all the things. All the things.
We
Um,
do have a very committed, loyal crew.
hmm
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that. What's up,
just,
Jersey?
I was gonna say,
Well, hello,
welcome.
ladies. How's your week been?
It has been a week. Now it's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool. I mean, we always have our conversations in the green room, and I was just sharing with the ladies my new sleep regimen, which has been highly effective and all of that. And you never really know how important sleep is
Mhm.
for your brain function, your energy during the day, just everything. And I've noticed such a vast improvement, um, just in how I make it through my days. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I definitely can concur with that. I have had some very so I've been trying to adjust my schedule to accommodate a new client and a certain work shift that I need to be available for. And it's been difficult because I go to sleep early, but then in the middle of the night, I wake up and all I can think about is all of the things that I need to do before I start my shift. And then I'm so tired when I get up in the morning because it took me everything I could to get back to sleep. It's just bad. It's all bad. So, but I do want to say, um, I don't know if I've talked about me and my relationship with my new partner. So whether my actual partner knows this or not, but we are a throuple.
You're a thruple.
We are a
Okay.
throuple with Chat GPT. Okay. Chat GPT is now a part of the equation. And we have given my Chat GPT a name. It is Dr. Chad. It is absolutely hysterical at how it responds to things. So I'll say, like, I put in everything that I do in a day, like what time I get up, when I take my vitamins and medicine, when I eat, what I eat, everything, right? When I test my blood sugar, what the results are, etc. And it now responds with like, Dr. Chad is not here to chastise you, but maybe that wasn't the best meal choice. Dr. Chad said you did a good job today. Good, like it's so funny at how it now responds with Dr. Dr.
Dr. Chad.
Chad with everything, and it makes it so personable. It's hilarious. In fact, one last thing I gotta add to that, and you're gonna think I'm crazy for doing this, but one day I was just feeling funny, right? And I said, "It you can on ChatGPT now you can click listen, so it'll tell you the answer in an audio, so you can just listen to it." And I had asked it something like super crazy, right? Like, what would happen if I, loved myself or whatever, something super silly and totally not for real, like not serious. And it started saying things to me like giving me compliments or whatever. So I listened to them instead of reading them just to hear the voice. And it's this very nice gentleman's voice. And it's like, you're a very inspirational, highly motivated, intelligent, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what? So I say back to the chat GPT, I'm like, I think your voice is very sexy. And it didn't know how to respond.
That's funny.
It was almost like thanks.
That's funny.
But it was just a very funny exchange. I do say take chat GPT with a grain of salt when it comes to certain things. I ask it everything. Like when I'm in a bad mood, I'll put my bad mood in there and it'll be like, everybody has good days and bad days. And sometimes you just need to, sit down, breathe, and reset. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, it was that easy. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So, yeah. Anyways, Chat GPT. Dr. Chad is my new
Dr.
BF.
Chad. Yeah.
Dr. Chad, which, just for those of you that don't know, I got it from, well, there's Chat GPT. So I thought Chad GPT
Right.
would be funny, but also from the movie Charlie's Angels, Drew Barrymore had a little crush on Tom Green's character, and his name was the Chad. So
Ah.
that's where I got it from. Just
Okay.
wanted to share.
Love
Thank you
it.
guys so much for listening to my Chad GPT.
Look, no shame in the game. I think we all.
Nope.
Let me not speak on behalf of everybody out there, but I think there's quite a
Agreed.
few of us who use it in various ways. I know at the end of the year, it gave me a end of the year report or whatever, and it
Hmm.
commented on how I used it during the course of the year. And so I asked the question, well, how are most people using it? And it gave me this whole long spiel about how like it's normally used, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting because the way most people are using it, you know, to do creative things for social or whatever, like momentary things, and um well, I didn't go into detail about how I use it. Kari and I are using it kind of similarly in terms of, creating processes and systems to help with our everyday, just everyday living, whatever. And I'll be honest, not that I wouldn't pay for a therapist, because I would, but I think what I'm finding interesting about the experience is the idea that it its ability to adjust is so ridiculous that if you're asking the right questions and giving it the right prompts and the right boundaries and all of those things, you could have a real interesting experience. And everybody that I know that talks to it the way, say, Carrie and I do, we each have what you would define as our personal experience. Like where, Carrie is talking about it saying chat, Dr. Chad is on the way or not available or whatever it's saying in that moment. I have a coworker that calls chat Gina, and it apparently is very sassy when it talks to my coworker
Mine is too.
because of the way they talk to each other. So I
You
find
can
it
also tell
fascinating.
it how you want it to how you want it to deliver your answers. So for me, it was giving me these like very nurturing and like sugar coated answers, like, and I was like, I want you to speak to me as raw and real as possible, but also keep in mind I'm human, I do have feelings, so don't stab me, but at the same time, like, don't be trying to coddle me either, especially when it comes to the diet, not diet, but like
Right,
healthier lifestyle
right,
stuff,
right, right.
because I will
Mhm.
order DoorDash and pig out if I so feel inclined.
Right,
I
right,
am an
right.
emotional
Yeah.
eater. And so sometimes Chad will say to me, "This probably wasn't your best choice. However, here's what you did right, here's what you did wrong, and here's what we can do to fix it." And
Right,
so for me, I appreciate that versus just, "Oh, well, that wasn't the greatest."
right,
Dot,
right,
dot, dot. You know how a lot of people just, they chastise you, but they don't, and that's the problem that I've had with dietitians and nutritionists is like they give you the food groups, but they don't tell you, and then of course we're taught that fruits and vegetables are good for you, but I'm type 2 diabetic, so not
but
all
the
that shit
sugar,
is good for
yeah,
me.
the sugar is not
Right.
right.
So I'm
And
like,
it's funny
I
that you
have
said
to
the fruit, because I'm not diabetic, but apparently when you eat the fruit, that sugar, when you consume that sugar, also
True.
matters. So like I used to do it as a bedtime snack, and now I'm finding that, okay, if you're going to do it, you got to do it earlier because your body is your body naturally
Processing.
is starting to slow down in terms of body functions. So you need your body moving quickly to process that fruit sugar. And if you're doing it
Mhm.
at bed, now you're fucking up the whole system.
Right,
uh,
which also makes your brain, the sugar keeps your brain active.
exactly.
True.
And so
And
even though you're tired and sleepy,
it's
you're
right
having a hard time going to sleep
or
because the
staying asleep.
sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do want to Jersey SS
That's Christopher. That's Christopher.
27.
That's Christopher.
That's Christopher?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello Christopher. He says he stayed at the Lord Baltimore Hotel. It was one of the most awesome places he ever spent the night, and he heard that this hotel is one of the most haunted. And yes, he got some ghosts on film. Pearl clutching, especially since I have not abandoned the paranormal activity or paranormal interest. I've just really set it to the side for a while because one, there's a lot of controversy going on about people, faking things, which really
Mm-hmm.
irritates me. Two, the Conjuring house is having a lot of drama, so a lot of the paranormal people are just talking about that because apparently the lady that bought it is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And
Ooh.
three, um, I don't know, I'm just, eh, eh.
Yeah.
What?
Over it?
I don't want to say I'm over it. I don't know. I'm just in this space where it doesn't interest me as much anymore. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm not at the old house anymore and nothing's really happening
Mm.
here. So I don't
Mm.
know. Hey, Charles White. Well, let's do a quick run through. We've got Zany, Whitney,
Yes.
Chris, Charles, of course, Jason. Hello, Jason.
Of course, we've got Jason.
And we've got Gallus to one. I don't know how to say your name, so we're just going to call you Gallus. Galus. Gallus, Galus. But Desiree, what
And
about you? What you
Whitney.
been up to?
And Whitney.
And Whitney, did I forget?
You forgot Whitney.
Whitney, how dare I? How dare I? You know what? When you see me, you can spank me.
Ooh.
Ooh, I don't let that happen often, so that's a real treat. And Alonzo, hello, Alonzo. All right, well, Desiree, what you been up to besides getting your internet back?
Yep, that's it.
That's
She's like, that's
That's it.
that's it.
that's it.
That's all.
That's
Moving
really all
along.
I needed, right?
Yep.
That's all I needed.
All right.
But
Well, oh,
But
in some better news, no,
yes,
I'm
oh,
just kidding.
yes.
Um, so Netflix lost the bid between the Paramounts. Did you
uh,
hear? Yeah,
Yeah.
Paramount
yes, I
won the
heard it when I
bid.
saw your message.
Yeah,
If you guys ever want to know the
front
scoop on that
page news.
shit, Desiree will keep you up to date. Our Twitter chat has all that
All the
information.
news has
Thanks
all
to
the news.
Desiree. Thank you. Go ahead,
Thanks to
Desiree.
So they lost the bid. Paramount Global has officially won the bidding war for Warner Brothers after Netflix pulled out
Ooh, pull out method.
prematurely.
Ah,
Stating the acquisition was no longer financially viable. So Paramount now will control HBO in HBO Max, CNN, CBS, DC Studios, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, MTV, Showtime, TNT, Comedy Central, Turner Classic Movies, and DC Comics.
that
The
is
deal also
wow.
includes major franchises like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Star Trek, Mission Impossible, Transformers, The Conjuring, A Quiet Place, Mortal Kombat, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Beetlejuice, Gremlins, SpongeBob SquarePants, Avatar, and Dora the Explorer. Ooh.
My apologies, Paul. I can't see your picture because it goes into a chat. There's no pictures. It just shows at Alonzo C23. So hello, Paul from Massachusetts. My favorite, Paul, not my absolute favorite. You all are my favorites. Let me not get myself in
I
trouble.
was
But
gonna say,
Paul is the
way
one.
to clean it up.
Yeah, right. Good catch. Paul is the one that helped with the hotel, or put it referred me to his hotel in downtown Boston and made sure we got a limo to and from the New Kids on the Block at Fenway.
Ah,
So
Ooh.
yeah. Hello, Ryan Magnum. So yes, thank you, Paul. Well, Paramount. If you have Paramount Plus, it looks like you're gonna have a whole lot of stuff. Which I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had Netflix for 2 months now. I canceled it.
hmm.
Mhm.
I decided to keep Hulu because I just watch more things on Hulu,
Hmm.
and maybe I'm missing stuff on Netflix, but you know,
It all
they
depends.
raised the price again, and I was just like,
Okay.
Yeah.
20
Not.
$22 for Hulu, $28 for Netflix. Like, come on, man. This is worse than when you just used to pay like $70 for cable
Yeah.
and got everything. Now I got to pay $8.99 for this and $20.99 for that, and it's
And
just
it all adds up.
yeah, I'm paying about $200 between Paramount Plus, Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Peacock, YouTube Plus, and there's a bunch more. So stars, but let's talk about what we're watching. Always welcome, waiting for me to come visit again. Well, anytime, cuz I need a vacation. But I want to talk about let's dive right into what we're watching. I have not gone to see Scream 7 yet. I'll be honest, I was going to go Sunday, but my partner said, "Wait, I want to go with you." And it's now Wednesday, so we're going to leave that there. But I do want to talk about what I have been watching, and on is it Peacock or Hulu? I'm not really sure which one it is, but it's called The Burbs, and it's with Kiki
Peacock.
Palmer. It's
Peacock.
Peacock. Woo! Damn, you slid right on in with that one. Shoo.
Because this is the
Peacock.
only thing on my list.
Oh wow. Well then I'll let you talk about it. Go ahead. I got other stuff. Go ahead.
Okay, so um, the reason why I even watched it, to be honest, is because of Kari. Um, I believe you have posted about it on Instagram, right?
Yeah, in
Yeah,
our broadcast channel.
right. So I saw it there. I had no idea what it was, and I was looking for something to watch, and I said to myself, I got to do better about watching some of the things that the ladies mentioned. So I went to Peacock and turned it on and was like, oh, I love me some Kiki Palmer. So I'm like,
Love.
cool, 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 cool. And then there was just so many different things about it that I found interesting. And so let me start by saying, Kiki Palmer is in this interracial relationship, moved to a very, very, excuse me, do not be offended, but a very, very white neighborhood with a very, very spooky house across the street. Kiki is from New York City. Doesn't know anything about living
New York City.
doesn't know anything about living in the suburbs like this. Doesn't know anything about the nosy neighbors and all of that. So she's a new mom, so she's got, new mom brain and apparently she and her husband slash baby daddy they barely even know each other. So they move into his family home, which is across the street from this very, very creepy house. And the shenanigans ensue from there. Because it's also a very, what feels like in the very beginning, a very old white neighborhood. And again, do not get offended by what I'm saying. Watch the fucking show and you'll understand why I'm saying this, because it matters. These are just characters, but it matters because of the difference between Kiki and the neighbors. And initially you get the impression that the neighbors are going to be racist, prejudiced, or whatever, and then they find sort of a common ground and become this little clique of nosy neighbors together. They're a combination of nosy neighbors. And so at the creepy house there was a young lady who disappeared slashed was murdered by her family. At the time, you don't.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. At the time, you don't know which. You don't know if she disappeared, was kidnapped, or was murdered by the family. You have no clue. But in the very beginning, they insinuate that her husband may have had something to do with it. So now
Her
she
husband and the best friend.
right. So she giving him side eye like because she finds out he had therapy. He had and it was like anger management type therapy. And then he got aggressive and not really aggressive, but he got aggressive one moment, and she was like, "Oh, hold on a second. I don't think we really know each other that well. You're not being honest with me." It is one of those things where every episode takes a turn, and you're like, wait, what are we doing now? That's very suspicious. What are you up to? And it is quite the story. Like and y'all know me. I don't care. I will spoil everything. I'm not gonna spoil this because there's too many things that happen during the course of this season that I don't want to give it away.
Not only that, but there's certain things that happen that won't make sense through explanation. You just have to watch
you,
it.
you do.
Like you're focused on this storyline with this missing girl or the
And it
one
is
that,
the main story.
but you find out that that situation is vastly different than what is expected, and then there's this whole other thing happening that you're like, "Whoa, never saw that
That
coming."
coming. Exactly.
Yeah.
That
So, and
and
then I think what's kind of cool about it is you learn to like the character. So when you find out, you're like even more like
yeah,
shocked because it's
yeah,
always the person you least suspect.
always. And I think and here's what happened is, I didn't binge watch it. I watched it over the course of the weekend. So somewhere between where I first started watching and when I finished watching, I googled it and was like, "Wait up. Hold a minute. Hold on.
Yep. Yep.
This is a remake of
Yep. I was
a
waiting for you to say it.
yes, of the
Yeah.
what was it? Tom Hanks, or who was it?
Tom
Uh,
Hanks,
Tom Hanks, right? Tom Hanks
Alonzo, or
movie.
Paul said that. He said, "Watch The Burbs. It was decent. Wish the ending was better. It's a spinoff of an old
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks
Thank you.
movie."
I didn't get a chance to see that because I was talking. So sorry. And it's
No
not
worries.
Alonzo, it's Paul.
Teamwork.
Anyway, um, so anyway, anyway, when I saw that, I was so tickled. I was absolutely tickled. I'm like, oh my god, okay, yes, because I saw that movie and I remember all of that from from seeing this. I was also tickled by the fact that Kiki Palmer is a producer in this show, so I really loved that as well. And then at the somewhere towards the end of the series, there's a reference to tying it all together. Like somebody makes a reference about tying things all together, bringing things forward, or whatever the comment is. And you see this person, which happens to be Corey Haim, who was in The Burbs with Tom Hanks. And I'm like, oh, y'all are sneaky. I like that. I like that. So yeah, I highly recommend The Burbs. It is a good watch. It is absolutely good watch. I thought Kiki's New York vibe was going to be a little too much, a little too exaggerated, a little too over the top, because there were definitely a couple of moments where I was like, okay, you didn't have to go that far, but it is quite entertaining, very very entertaining. It's a lot of fun from a who done it perspective. Excuse me, because it's going to have you guessing the whole time. And to Carrie's point, while you're focused on that main story, all these other little stories are happening around the main story. And sometimes it seems like that little story has something to do with the big story. And sometimes you're like, oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, okay. Wait, does it? And so, yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a good suggestion.
Yeah. Well, since you stole mine, just kidding. Just
You
kidding.
suggested it. I just went with it.
Well, it was the only one on your list, so
Yeah.
in all fairness, I had to give it to you. Like that would just be rude.
Yeah, I'll see
Just
what else I
rude.
might have watched, but go ahead.
Well, I have said before, I am a huge fan of Donnie Wahlberg from New Kids on the Block. ironic that Paul is in here, but he was on a show called Blue Bloods.
Right.
And that show is no longer, they closed that down or whatever, but now there is Boston Blue, which is a spinoff, and it is now Donnie Wahlberg's character in Boston. And it is very interesting
Really?
because on Blue Bloods, there was this famous, like the thing that made this show so popular was that at the end of every show or during the show at some point was the family dinner. And Tom Selleck is the dad, and then you've got um the district attorney is the sister, and then you've got the two brothers that are cops. So and you know, the dad's a cop, his dad was a cop. Like you've got this whole dynamic. And so there was always this point in the show, whether it was at the beginning, the middle, or the end, or some, you know, variation throughout the show where they had the family dinner. And so in Boston Blue, they also have this famous dinner scene, but now it's a African American family who is the district attorney who has two daughters that are police officers. And he comes to their house because he is one of the daughter's partners, and he comes to their house, and so they're doing this whole family dinner there, and it's really cool seeing this different version of the same concept. And so I was really excited. Of course, you know, I always love watching an hour of Donnie Wahlberg. Psh, duh. But I also liked Blue Bloods, and, you know, to see that they're bringing this to Boston and watching how that unfolds. And, you know, his son is a cop, and that's why he ended up in Boston, was he came to see the son, and then while he was there, you know, things started happening, and he was kind of rogue copying for, you know, a couple of episodes with the young lady. And then he decided to stay. So it's called Boston Blue, and it is a spinoff of Blue Bloods, and I definitely recommend watching it. It's good. I like it. I love those types of shows, and of course, you know, they have a really good cast in it. The guy from Ghostbusters, Ernie, what's his name? Hudson. He plays the dad, and then his daughter is the girl from, I think it was All My Children. I remember her being on, but she's, you know, it's a very interesting show. We'll put it that way. It's an interesting show. Go ahead, Desiree. It's on you now.
Cool.
Don't get too excited.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Knights of the Seven Kingdoms again. I got to watch a couple more episodes of it.
Mhm.
So the episode 2 talks about dunk clashing with the Targaryens, who we know from the dragons, right?
Yep.
House
Mhm.
Dragons, I think. And then there's this other lady who he's like feeling like the vibes with. So she is like a puppeteer. He has like a little crush on her, and he's trying to, like, you know, get to know her a little bit better. But
I
she
bet
like
he
just
is.
wants, yeah, she just wants like, well, she wants to keep it platonic, like, just, you know. So he was asking her if she knew how to draw, because since they allowed him to enter the tournament, he needed his own like crest and sigil. So they decided on a big Erd tree with like a shooting star above it, and she had to repaint his shield with that sigil or crest. So yeah, so that's, I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen in episode 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they met the Targaryen, the boys, though. They're like the younger versions. So now they're like jousting and stuff. It's really neat. Like, you know, what's that place where they joust where you can go and eat? These guys know what I mean.
Medieval times.
Yes, yes. It's like exactly like that. I was like, this is dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to look at my list and think about, oh, I know what I've been watching. If anybody knows, I have a little bit of an obsession with the BMF, the Black Mafia family.
Oh, yes, yes.
And I know Casey got to meet Mr. Which one did you get to meet?
Um,
Or no, I'm
no,
thinking of Power. You got to meet the guy
yeah,
from Power.
yeah,
Mhm.
that was
Okay.
yeah. Oh, that was good though.
He's on Woody something. He's on TikTok live all the time. I always go in there and try to get his attention, but he don't see me. But anyways, BMF is these two brothers from Detroit who became some of the most intelligent, successful
Notorious.
African American dope dealers in this part of the hemisphere. Because you
No,
would say the United
notorious.
States. What was that?
Notorious.
Notorious.
I would. I'm just that.
Super intelligent.
That's another adjective I would throw in
Yeah,
talking about
notorious.
notorious.
They were extremely like they were great. So, anyways, so I watched the series, the dramatic series, which actually stars one of the guys that really was involved, his son,
Mm-hmm.
and but I'm also watching the documentaries, which there are several. There's not just one.
Right.
There's one that talks about the story of how they became BMF and then how they got caught. And now there's one of Terry after being locked up and the other one's still in prison. I can't think of his name. There's Terry and gosh, what's his name? If you can think of his name, let us know in the chat, please. Thank you very much. I don't know where our helpers are, but anyways, I've been watching and it's just really interesting because they were so ahead of their time and they thought of things like the thing that really impressed me was their ability to mask and hide the drugs and money in their vehicles and how they went to this guy who was a special effects like he did cars for Hollywood that had these special eject buttons and you know like you could press the play button on the tape player, hit the horn, and then step on the brake, and then there would be this secret compartment, right? So they were
Mhm.
able to get through like through animal detection and police detection because they were stored in these places that couldn't be smelt, couldn't be found, and unless you knew the secret code, then they were, hidden.
Sealed.
And
Michi was his nickname. Demetrius was his first.
Demetrius,
Michi
yes,
was what they
thank
were
you,
calling him. Terry and Michi, or
yes,
Terry and Meech.
Flannery, Flannery, yes,
Flannery. Mm-hmm.
Flannery, yeah. So what what made me so like it's so interesting like watching this one because it talks more about the dynamic of the two brothers where Terry was more private and wanted to keep things on the down low. Michi was like he became extremely entrenched within the music industry and was hanging out with Ludacris and all these big time rappers and like wanted to be seen and had billboards, basically just boasting and flaunting their money and what they were doing while Terry's over here like, "Man, bro, like having these huge parties with like naked bitches just running around." Just people doing drugs on the kitchen counter and like all these huge parties while Terry's like, "Man, you're exposing yourself to these people, letting them know where you live and then, all this craziness." And so when it's interesting watching like the downfall of people who had it made and them talking about the amount of money that they were surrounded by and had at their fingertips and like they're talking millions.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were talking about how at one point they were making like $10 million a week and I'm just sitting here like
Yeah.
$10 million a week, like I can make that in a week and I'm good for the rest of my life. But also when you get that kind of money and you can make it that easier said than done because they talk about that, they talk about how
Blowing money fast. Blowing.
Blowing Money Fast, which is the name of the documentary, BMF, Blowing Money Fast for the
Mhm.
Black Mafia family. And I'm just like, just give me 10. I'm good. I'm good. I'll take it. But it's interesting, like Terry's telling the story and and they're getting comments from Michi or, Demetrius from prison. He calls in and they're interviewing him, which I think is super cool because it's not just the perspective of one. It's both of them telling the story. And Demetrius is very honest about the fact that, like, yeah, I made some mistakes and he got very caught up in the limelight of having the money and what came with the money and, the girls and and the stuff, all
He's
the fame.
he's the one that came down to Atlanta, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Terry set up in LA and was trying to secure, because they were set up in many cities. That's one of the things that you don't really see in the series because it hasn't gotten that far yet. They're still at the part where Michi is having problems in Atlanta because he's, busting into these strip clubs. He's
Yeah.
just trying to take over. He thinks his
Basically getting
money makes
back.
him safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he d- he didn't take the time. Well, there's several factors that play. One, you don't just go into other people's cities and towns and just start stepping into places thinking that you own the bitch. You gotta respect, create some networking, and like develop some loyalty before you just, you don't just roll up somewhere and just be like, "Yo, this is my spot." And it's causing him problems in the show, but in the documentary, it takes you, they're talking about how Terry was setting up on the West Coast and Michi was down in Atlanta because he got this opportunity to, work with the dude at the strip club and blah blah blah. And he, liked the girl down there because, Captain Save a Ho and all that,
Always.
all that good stuff. So yeah, it's interesting watching the show, the dramatic show, the one that was made for TV, and then watching the documentary where it's them talking about their situation, where the other documentary is someone else speaking, about the story through another perspective. So,
Mm.
BMF, love it. I know you got something up your sleeve. Go ahead, Casey.
So, um, wait, there was something else you had. There was something that I wanted to see. Um, The Night Agent. I wanted to watch The Night Agent, and I started to watch The Night Agent. Oh wait, let me pause for a second. Somebody in the chat asked about, did anybody watch Cross? Oh, that was your friend Paul from Boston. Did anybody
Yes.
watch Cross? I, to be honest, when it first came out, I tried to watch, and I love the dude who's playing Alex Cross. I just haven't been able to sustain my interest in Cross. Um, but The Night Agent, I had tried to tried to watch that on Netflix, and I gotta admit, I failed tragically. I fell asleep on it. I did. I fell asleep on it. Like I don't. I fell asleep.
Failed tragically.
I failed tragically. I did. I mean, I genuinely tried because I had seen the first season. I had watched the second season, but then I realized I hadn't seen all of the second season. So I tried to before going to the third season, watch the second season, and then I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're just gonna go jump to the third season. I don't care. I'm gonna just jump to the third season. And so I failed at watching it not because I jumped from incomplete 2 to 3. I failed because it just wasn't holding my attention.
So I have to ask, is Night Agent the one where they work for the White House, but they have to answer the phone? Okay, it
Yeah.
doesn't look like the same guy from the first season. It looks like it's
Is that
someone
right?
else.
Hold on. Let me because I'll be honest, I got the two shows confused. There's
So
the
there's another one that's like that.
Yeah, there's the Night Agent. What is the other one? There's the Night Agent because I had this conversation with someone. The Night Agent I thought was the
That's
one.
what I thought this
Oh,
show was, but they changed the thumbnail, and so it didn't look like the same one. The one that I'm thinking of was the young guy who answers the phone and he gets the call from the young girl, comes to save her, and now they're running
that is
from.
this. I do. I
Oh,
do.
it is this. Okay.
But I'm double checking while we're talking. I'm double checking because one of the things that had come up was this comment about we didn't really want you working here, and but
Ooh.
while working the night, yes, it is the night agent. As I went back to the first season, and while working the night action desk, so the night action desk is the one with the phone. Yeah.
Okay.
But it
Okay.
does. But here's the thing, Carrie. I am going to kind of lean into where you were going, meaning when I look at it now, I question, is it the same show? Because there is another show that came out in the same time frame. I don't think they were running concurrently, but I do think one came out and then the other one came out, and they were similar looking guys with similar situations. Not that they both had a phone thing, but they both were like not trained for the situations they ultimately got put into. And they both had a woman at the center of their whole story, whatever. And I think the other guy, like this dude, I thought was dark hair. Maybe the other guy had dark hair. I don't know. I just know for whatever reason, both the dudes and the shows felt almost identical.
Mm.
And I can't even think of what the name of the other show is now.
I thought it was Night Agent, but
Night Agent
apparently
with the phone. Yes, it is the one with the phone. I just can't think of what the other one is.
maybe it was called Night Caller or Night. I don't know. Well, if you guys can find it,
Let
put
us
it
know.
down in the chat.
Let us
And next week, we will have a special gift for you. I'm not sure what the gift is,
know. Well, we're gonna find something.
but I have a week to figure it out. And you will get a special treat. Maybe it'll be some tickets to Exotica Chicago. Whitney knows about that. He got a free VIP for New Jersey, or maybe some swag that we can ship to you in a nice care package. Who knows?
You never
Maybe
know.
we can maybe we can get a calendar from Casey. Hmm? Or
Maybe.
maybe I got some stuff too.
Maybe.
Desiree is gonna send you some maple syrup.
Yeah.
Except it's gonna come from the US because the tariffs. But
Yeah, it'd be a hella expensive maple syrup if we did it the other way.
Bodyguard, it's not Bodyguard. What we're thinking about, Paul, is there's a show where they work in the White House and they work in this secure room that only like 3 people in the whole world know about, right?
With the
And
phone.
they answer the phone, and
That's
the
the
only
night.
people that can answer the phone or that will call the phone are CIA undercover operatives that have the special word
Or code, whatever their
or
code.
code or whatever. And when they call, if they don't give the code, then the person hangs up. They don't even tell
That
them who they are or nothing.
that is the night agent.
So there's another show that's similar. The one that I'm thinking about is this one, the where they and the girl calls and it's her parents were killed and
Aunt
they
and uncle.
gave her the code.
Yep.
And so whoever it is that's trying to that killed the parents is now trying to kill her because they know that she saw them, and the night agent that was there is now protecting her, and he's blah blah blah, so they're on the run. But give you tickets, you got to win them, Charles White. You have to win them.
Mhm.
You have to earn them. But anyways, if you
Winning.
guys can figure that out. Desiree, what else you got on your list?
Well, on March 10th, I'm going to talk about what I'm looking forward to seeing. So on Netflix, One Piece season 2 is coming up. So One Piece is like a manga and an anime that's been out for many, many, many years now. So if you guys don't know about it, it's like a cartoon kind of thing, anime.
I actually watched it. It was pretty good. Well,
Okay, yeah, because
not
that's
the
like one of the
not the
longest.
anime, not the anime.
Yeah, one of the longest animes
Okay.
forever ever. So they have a season 2 coming out on Netflix. I don't know if it's yeah, it's the live action. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
so One Piece continues the adventures of Monkey D. Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates as they head deeper in the Grand Line. Season 2 is expected to adapt major arcs from the original manga or anime, including Longay Town arc. So the crew visits the town where Gold D. Roger was executed. Luffy faces powerful new enemies and narrowly escapes danger before entering the Grand Line. Reverse Mountain Arc. The Straw Hats officially enter the Grand Line, the most dangerous sea in the world. Whiskey Peak Arc. The crew encounters bounty hunters posing as friendly townspeople. Little Garden Ark, a prehistoric island filled with dinosaurs and giant warriors. Drum
Ooh.
Island, yeah, Drum Island Ark, a winter kingdom ruled by corrupt tyrants, where the crew searches for a doctor and meets Tony Chopper. And there's going to be some new characters expected. So Tony Chopper is a reindeer who ate a devil fruit and became the crew's doctor. Dr. Kuera is a brilliant but eccentric doctor. Nefertari Vivi is a princess who's secretly working to stop a criminal organization. And Smoker is a marine captain hunting Luffy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Live action, I think it's going to be bomb.com. So that'll be on Netflix.
Well, before I go on to my next one, I have this I would like to share. Happy birthday, Mr. Sexy
Method
Method Man. Hold
Man.
on. There we go. There we go.
HOD man. The
Ah,
HOD.
girl. Let me tell you something. I have always found something incredibly attractive about Method Man. However, I didn't always think he was sexy. Big
Go
difference.
into
He
that.
was like, there was like something that was interesting about him, but I couldn't really pinpoint what it was. But when he started acting seriously and started going to the gym and got on
Mm-hmm.
Power,
Girl.
dreamy.
Girl.
And he was there's a Instagram reel or a TikTok or something where it shows him on the red carpet of whatever the last awards was, Grammys, Golden Globes, one of them things, right? And they show him walking past his poster and he lifts up his shirt.
Oh yeah,
And
I know
I'm like,
what you're talking about. Yeah.
"Oh my god, stop it. Stop it,
Yeah.
please.
And
Please.
he is a
You
grown
fine
ass
man, you."
too. He is a grown ass man.
And you know what? His acting is getting a lot better. When he first started on like Power, I was like, "Oh my god, please somebody help this
But
man."
it was vastly improved when he was at Power because before
Right.
Yeah.
he was just playing he was a rapper trying to act.
Yeah. It much like the what was that movie with Master P about the beepers?
Yeah.
Cheesy shit that you just make it cuz you can. I don't know, money laundering at its best, but but yeah, he has like
Exactly.
his acting now. In fact, I can't think of the name of the show. It's a movie and Kelly Rowland plays they're on a morning show and Kelly Rowland is the producer.
Oh,
And
that's
then
a good thing. Yeah. And yes, thank you, Alonzo. I did find it, the recruit. Yeah, thank you. I was just waiting for Carrie to find
oh,
the recruit. So, okay. So the recruit was where this dude is a CIA attorney. He's a rookie lawyer and he gets thrown into a situation. Um that yeah, that's the best way. And like I said, there is also a girl in his storyline that's problematic for him.
there always is. It's always a girl's fault.
I ain't gonna,
If
this
you
one is
men
with
stop thinking with your third leg.
this one, the female is foreign. She's from somewhere else, and she's problematic. But yeah,
Yeah.
the recruit. Thank you,
Who
Paul.
runs the world?
Girls.
Mm-hmm.
But the movie with Method Man and Kelly Rowland, I can't think of the name of it. It's like a Lifetime movie or some
It's
kind of
prime.
special.
Prime.
Is it Prime?
It's prime.
It was cute. It wasn't and I will say that his acting is getting much, much better. It it's not quite,
There.
you know, Denzel Washington or, Morris Chestnut. But let me tell you, being able to watch him for an hour and a half, I don't even care how he acts, to be honest. Just keep him on screen.
Just okay. I'm with you on that one.
I'll just watch. What's up, Justin F. Cabaret Rockford? Hello. Welcome to the chat. We are talking about the movie. Well, we're talking about Method Man. That's really what we're talking about. And I just brought up a movie because it was an opportunity to talk about Method Man, which
H-O-D man.
Love it.
M-E-T-H-O-D man.
cash rules everything around me. What you got, Casey? What else do you have?
Oh shoot, you would ask me that, right?
Oh.
Well, while I was busy doing all my research,
Oh, I
um,
was gonna do one after Method, but yeah. Oh
oh,
well.
go ahead, because I lost track. I was, like I said, I was
You were
focused.
looking for the recruit.
I was looking for the recruit, and I found it,
I've been watching
but
a show called The Hunting Party.
I started that one too. So yeah, go ahead, talk about it.
Season 2. So I'm on season 2. The Hunting Party is FBI agents that are um tracking down. So there was this undercover underground secret prison in the middle of like nowhere in Nebraska. And it was inmates that were on death row and that the world believed had been put to their death. And then they would take them into what they called the silo, which is this hidden prison, this secret prison. And they were down there doing tests on them. And what it's looking like is that these tests were psychological tests to determine what made them serial killers or what made them, violent, et cetera, et cetera. But they were also testing other things, is what it's looking like. They're hinting to like, they were probably getting like billion-dollar funding from places that can't do human testing legally. So that's what it's starting to look like. They haven't unveiled it completely, but they're leaving little drops here and there. Yeah, I'm loving that show because each episode is about different uh of some of the different prisoners. And the last episode that I just watched was one that was a cult leader. And one of them was Niecy Nash, who
Mm,
plays a cop who lost her partner to a serial killer. And then I'm not going to tell you what happened, but you got to watch. It's interesting because they have all these different scenarios and all of them are like how it kind of taps into the psychology of what made them become the serial killer that they became, or what type of crimes they committed and how they committed it and why. Like it's just interesting, even though, it's still dramatic.
right.
But yeah, and then of course the FBI agents have their own little storyline because one of them doesn't know who his mother is, and
Hmm.
they find out that, yeah, you got to watch. It's interesting. It's interesting. We're just going to leave it at that. It's interesting.
I am on the first season, um, and it is there's something about it that kind of because episode tends to be about one of the prisoners in particular. There's something about it that kind of reminds me of oh crap, I just lost the name of it. The used to be an NBC show with the dude. Oh my god, what is the name of that show now?
Criminal Minds?
No, not Criminal Minds. It's the one where they had the dude in the cell in the middle of a room, and the chick you for years you thought was his daughter, and it wasn't his daughter. And it's what's crazy is I was literally just scrolling, and it was in the scroll as you were talking, and now I don't remember.
Oh, he was in the cell.
Yeah, he was it so he had information on some of the most notorious criminals, and he when she became an FBI agent, he made himself available to be arrested just so he could be near her. Um and he would provide the blacklist. That's what it reminds me of. Because
Oh, I
every
haven't seen that.
you Carrie, you haven't seen the blacklist?
Mm-mm.
Girl, you got to see the blacklist. The Blacklist has how many seasons? 10. 10 seasons. And it's basically this criminal, this dude who is has all this information about other high profile criminals, and he gets himself arrested by the FBI so that he can very specifically get in contact with this woman who literally had just gotten her badge to be an FBI agent. Like the very day she becomes an FBI agent, a fully sworn in FBI agent, he basically surrenders and has this relationship. Like he surrenders and asks for her, very specifically asks for this particular woman to come and talk to him, and he spends years as a captive, um giving them information about these criminals, and they're all numbered. Each one of them has a number, and each one of them is basically a psychopath, a sociopath of some kind. And he is also a sociopath, but he's willing to drop dime if he can be near her. And then at some point they release him, and they still have a relationship with him
Mm.
where he's giving them information about all of these various sociopaths. But the hunting party, because of that element, and reminds me a lot of the Blacklist.
Okay. Well, that, my friends, brings us to the finale of this show, especially when Casey's over there yawning. I'm just kidding. I'm about to yawn myself. But of course, it's always a pleasure, ladies,
Yes.
talking about our favorite shows, movies, and all of those things. And I do plan to go see Scream 7 this weekend. So,
Oh,
yeah. But for all of you watching and listening, make sure you keep it locked on EXXXOTICA.tv. We're on YouTube and Twitter or X, whatever you call it, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with me, Kari Anthony.
Oh, me, Casey Carter. Sorry, I forgot we were doing
and
that.
Desiree, desirable butter.
You can catch us every Wednesday talking about your favorite TV show, and what's streaming on your boob tube. But more importantly, you can catch us live to escape your reality. And look, we're right here. I love it. April 10th to the 12th in Chicago, Illinois, June 26th to the 28th in Minneapolis, Minnesota, October 23rd to the 25th in Edison, New Jersey, and December 4th through the 6th in Miami, Florida. Go to EXXXOTICAtv.com to get your ladies free Friday tickets if you're a lady. Got to be a lady.
Gotta be a lady.
And if you're interested in becoming a vendor or an exhibitor at the show, you can request a sales kit and they will send that information right on over to you so you can have your product, service, or brand at the Exotica Expo show. It is a great opportunity, lots of networking. You'll get lots of eyes on your stuff, whatever
You
stuff that
will.
may be.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that may be. And we look forward to seeing you at one of or all of the Exotica shows. And last, but certainly not least, we have these beautiful pink boxes that once again, I'm supposed to be sending you the one that I updated. I don't remember until now.
Listen, it's okay. That's the way it happens.
We've been trying to update all of the boob
Everything
tube shit for like forever.
since
But,
minimally since the beginning of the year when we had Jay pop on, we talked about it, and we haven't done it yet.
we
So
did.
it's
Yeah.
all right.
It's been busy. We might get it done before the end of 2026.
Yeah, I promise you, before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year, we're going to get this stuff done. But make sure you follow us on our social media. Also, if you go to queenofbbw.com/boobtube, you can enter our Instagram channel, our broadcast channel, which is just polls and announcements about BoobTube. But it's a great place.
Like I found.
What was that?
I said, and TV show recommendations, like I found one.
I'm trying to post in there.
No, no, that's my whole point. I told you
I
I put
know.
verbs because you
I'm
have posted
trying.
it in there. So that's
I
why I'm
get.
like, oh, let me
I
go
won't
watch
post again for
this.
another 6 months. Watch. I'm horrible.
Now,
I'm
wait.
horrible.
Now
I'm
that I said
social.
I actually found something to watch going
I'm
into
so proud
there.
of you. I'm glad that I was able to share something meaningful because I posted. Let me tell you something. There's this guy, Bravo Needs Bacon. He knows who he is. And he's in the broadcast channel, and everything I post, he's like, not interested, not interested. And I'm like,
Then
fool.
why are you here? Why
At
are
least
you
he's
here?
honest. At least because he's, he watches other things. I'm sure the anime stuff is, what he would be interested in. But yeah, the stuff I've been posting, he's like, nah, not interested. Thanks.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we would like to thank all of you for coming to our show tonight. As always, it's a pleasure. Without you, there is no us. And whether you are aware of this or not, but in a few weeks, we will be celebrating 6 years of BoobTube on Exotica.
Believe it or not.
And yeah, we still have yet to come up with a theme for the party. Maybe we'll wear wigs and costumes. I don't know.
Oh, we got to figure that out. All right, Desiree, that's your job is to give us some ideas.
Yeah, Desiree, you're the theme queen.
Mm-hmm.
She's the theme queen. We'd also love to see your suggestions. So make sure you're commenting on the Twitter thread or in the YouTube channel. We would love to see what you suggest we wear for our anniversary in April. And we would love to see you there for the anniversary party as well. We will have prizes, you know, some goodies. I have some stuff that's being donated by some various vendors. So I'm excited to celebrate in fact, you know what? It's when we're at Chicago.
Is it really? It's that
It
week?
is.
Oh, wow.
It is.
Okay.
Damn. Zany, thank you. Because you and Whitney and Jason and
Ride or
and
die.
and you guys have all been with us for this ride, and we so much appreciate it because if there was no you, there would be no us. At least
Mm-hmm.
not on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. We come back for you guys. You
Basically.
guys mean a lot to us, and we want to say thank you. So, with that being
Thank you.
said, it is time to go. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here unless you're going to stay in the comments,
And we
or
don't
you can
mind
watch the
that.
replays.
Yeah.
By all means,
Mm-hmm.
you can go watch our replays all over the channel. There's hundreds, literally.
Because we've
But
been here for a minute.
we've been doing this. And
Yep.
thanks again. Make sure you like, follow, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things. But with that being said, I'll see you next week, same time, same bat channel. Back to you, Casey.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.
Chitty chitty.